Miyamoto Mushashi 21 Principles of the Dokkodo. Here's an expanded explanation of each of the 21 principles of the Dokkodo, and how we can apply them in life. 1. Accept everything just the way it is. This principle emphasizes the importance of accepting reality as it is, without trying to impose our own expectations onto it. By accepting things as they are, we avoid unnecessary frustration and disappointment. It allows us to recognize the opportunities that exist within any given situation and cultivates inner peace and contentment. 2. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. This principle encourages us to approach pleasure with moderation and discernment. True happiness comes from within, not from external pleasures. By practicing self-discipline and moderation, we can find joy in simple pleasures and cultivate inner contentment. 3. Do not be dependent on a partial feeling. This principle advises against becoming overly attached or dependent on specific emotions or moods. It encourages us to cultivate a sense of detachment and non-attachment, leading to inner balance and stability, free from emotional volatility. 4. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. This principle promotes humility and open-mindedness. By thinking lightly of ourselves, we free ourselves from ego and self-importance. By thinking deeply of the world, we cultivate connection and empathy for others, fostering meaningful relationships and personal growth. 5. Do not let your preferences control you. Preferences are natural, but they can also be a source of suffering. This principle encourages us to approach our experiences with detachment and non-attachment, recognizing that everything is impermanent and subject to change. By freeing ourselves from the burden of attachment, we find inner peace and contentment. 6. Do not regret what you have done. Regret holds us back. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, this principle advises us to learn from our experiences and move forward with wisdom and insight. By accepting and forgiving ourselves, we can embrace personal growth and purpose. 7. Never be jealous. Jealousy breeds resentment and bitterness. By cultivating equanimity and detachment, we avoid becoming envious of others and focus on our own growth and development. This principle encourages us to approach relationships with non-attachment, fostering peace and deeper connections. 8. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Separations are a natural part of life. This principle reminds us not to become overly attached to any person or situation. By accepting the impermanence of life, we cultivate inner peace and acceptance, allowing us to move forward with clarity and purpose. 9. Resentment and complaint are inappropriate. Resentment and complaint burden us and hinder our progress. This principle advises approaching frustration with detachment and non-attachment. By recognizing the impermanence of negative emotions, we free ourselves to fully embrace the present moment. 10. Do not let yourself be guided by lust or love. Lust and love can cloud our judgment and lead us astray. This principle encourages us to approach attraction and attachment with detachment and non-attachment. By recognizing their impermanence, we free ourselves from their burdens and fully embrace the present moment. 11. Do not pursue the taste of good food. Food is necessary for life, but attachment to taste can lead to suffering. This principle encourages a healthy and balanced approach to food. By practicing detachment and non-attachment, we find inner peace and contentment in nourishment rather than chasing external pleasures. 12. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. Attachment to material possessions can be a source of suffering. This principle advises us to approach our belongings with detachment and non-attachment. By letting go of what we no longer need, we free ourselves and find greater freedom and flexibility in our lives. 13. Do not act following common customs. Social norms can constrain us. This principle encourages us to approach experiences with detachment and non-attachment to societal expectations. By questioning and challenging conventions, we can live authentically and true to ourselves. 14. Do not seek to possess beautiful objects. Beauty is transient and subjective. This principle advises against becoming overly attached to external beauty or material possessions. By practicing detachment, we can appreciate beauty without clinging to it, finding deeper meaning and fulfillment in life. 15. Do not harbor feelings of animosity or craving. Animosity and craving lead to suffering. This principle promotes cultivating compassion and contentment. By letting go of animosity and embracing contentment, we find inner peace and build positive relationships with others. 16. Do not cling to fixed opinions. Fixed opinions limit our growth and understanding. This principle encourages us to approach life with an open mind and a willingness to learn and adapt. By embracing different perspectives, we expand our knowledge and deepen our understanding of the world. 17. Do not be jealous or envious. Jealousy and envy are detrimental to personal growth and happiness. This principle advises us to cultivate gratitude and contentment, recognizing our own unique journey and celebrating the successes of others. By focusing on our own growth, we find joy and fulfillment. 18. Do not hold on to anger or resentment. Anger and resentment harm us more than anyone else. This principle promotes forgiveness and letting go of negative emotions. By practicing compassion and understanding, we free ourselves from the burdens of anger and resentment, leading to inner peace. 19. Do not place yourself above others. Arrogance and superiority hinder personal growth and connection with others. This principle encourages humility and respect for all beings. By recognizing the inherent worth of every individual, we foster empathy and create a harmonious and inclusive world. 20. Do not define your worth by social status. Social status is transient and external. This principle advises against attaching our self-worth to societal measures of success. By embracing our intrinsic value and focusing on personal growth and self-improvement, we find true fulfillment and purpose. 21. Accept death as a natural part of life. Death is inevitable for all living beings. This principle encourages us to face our mortality with acceptance and awareness. By embracing the impermanence of life, we live each day with gratitude, purpose, and a sense of urgency to make the most of our time.